What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the MUT Cap. We got me and Hope.
What's up?
We're gonna be bringing you guys MUT content, MUT gameplay, card reviews. We're gonna get into people chat, letting the community give some feedback, and then we pass that on to the big boys over at EA. So, Hope, tell the people on the podcast what they're missing and where they can find us.
So if you're listening on the podcast, every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/EA Sports. We'll be live every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out with us. Come hang out in the chat. You can find us on Twitter as well. And I'm sure we can put that link in the podcast.
Definitely.
With the podcast.
And then, guys, like we said, in the future, improved graphics will be coming your way for the stream. Hope's face will be live in the future, and then gameplay will also be future. Gameplay, you'll see more gameplay. This episode, we're not going to be seeing gameplay for various reasons. So I think we should dive right on into it. So you want to go back to where you were doing before?
Yeah. So much new content out. Part of the MUT Cap is obviously reviewing the content. The cool thing is that we're able to do gameplay. Obviously not today, but in the future, easily do the gameplay. Show off some of the new cards, and I think we should start.
Where are we gonna start?
Jameis Winston, all rookies.
I think. I mean, do we want to go out and call him the best quarterback in the game, or is that a stretch?
Oh, he's close, man. He's so the Vic. I've watched a lot of people use the Vic, and he just makes if you make a stupid throw on the run, Vic just makes the dot. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm comparing the two cards on the screen. Identical cards, better short throw from Winston compared to the Vic, less deep accuracy, less speed, but everything else, same throw on the run. He can make the money throws.
He can.
He really can.
And the thing that I think really separates him, and you can see it on muthead.com, is they added the traits. And the big thing with Winston is he has all the traits. He has all the traits you want. I think the biggest one is that he has oblivious, senses pressure, and I think that really does help with pressures in your face. And occasionally your quarterback will make a really bad throw, and you're like, "What happened?" And I really think it's a senses pressure trait. He has oblivious. The other big one is that he has clutch. He has the clutch trait.
Yeah,
Vic
and
doesn't
who's
even
missing
have
that clutch trait? Vic, and who's the guy that we always compare Vic to? I mean, the Winston to.
Big Ben Roethlisberger. He has the same traits as the season's vet, Roethlisberger.
Yeah, and then also the Mariota, another card that's super comparable to the Winston, doesn't have clutch trait either, I think. Am I right?
No, you're right. And he doesn't have. I believe he's trigger happy senses pressure, and I think you want oblivious. I think it kind of goes down to a scale, and I think the lowest you want, or I guess the best one in my opinion is oblivious.
Yeah, I personally think oblivious is the best. I've used cards with oblivious in the past, and when there's a defender screaming in their face, it doesn't seem to really affect them or phase them. They throw it as if they were in a clean pocket. Overall, we like the Winston even more for high carry rating, high excel of a 92. The strength rating is super high at 83, and then the carrying's at a 78. And what Hope likes to do with this card is you match him up with long pass. Hope, you could take it from here. What do you like so much about long pass cam with him?
So I mean, when you're looking at the card at face value, you see the 90 throw. I get that turns people off. I think that's honestly probably the most important accuracy that you can talk about is the medium throw, because that's what people throw the most. They just don't realize it. You throw mid throws the most, for the most part. Your corner routes are all, your receiver routes, stuff like that are all mid throw. But if you use long pass chem, it boosts that mid throw, or even short pass boosts mid throw as well. But I prefer long pass because it also boosts route running. But if you get that up to 93, 94, that's pretty solid. That's good enough. And I used him today, and he threw just the dot of dots to win me the game to an 89 Brandon Cooks. It was the most beautiful bomb I've seen all year. It was clutch. 20 seconds left. I needed the play. It was second and long. I needed my shot, and Cooks burned the secondary, and it's beautiful. Dropped it right in there.
Yeah, I think that like it's a combination of all the traits and everything. Along with the Winston this week, other rookie cards were released. We got Landon Collins on the Giants. We're just going to highlight some of these. Not any cards we particularly like. Landon Collins, great tackler, great speed, great excel, great pursuit, good hit power. Guy you kind of want in the box or run stuffing situations, in my mind. Do you have anything to add about him, or are we going to move on to the next one?
I mean, I personally wouldn't use him. No zone coverage. That really scares me.
Yeah. Next is Thomas Rawls. Guy, he's got good speed. A lot of his stats are around in the 94 range. More of a trucking back than elusiveness. He's got decent strength on him. Not the best catching back, so pure trucking, and he can't really even pass block. Rawls, decent price, but personally, I'm staying away from him. Hope, what do you like about the Rawls, or what do you not like about him?
In terms of spin move, stiff arm, juke, he has a decent juke move, and I think that's important. But he can't run. You got to at least be able to run routes for me to play on my team. If you can't run routes, I'm not interested. That 4 verticals route is so crucial by the running back.
Yeah.
You need it.
I agree.
I would pass. I think there's probably better guys.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not really killing yourself over 30K with him, so you can definitely get something better. And then we got Malcolm Brown. I love the strength on him and block shed, 95 and 97 respectively. He's all around actually pretty solid. It goes for a decent price. I would use the Malcolm Brown, personally. I think he's one of the better rookies that's came out. Do you like him at all, Hope?
If I'm going like a budget 3-4, he's a perfect nose tackle. He's strong enough and he has enough block shed. Yeah, he's
perfect.
Athletic enough too.
And then the last one is a right guard, AJ Can. He's like the low light, I think you could say this week. Personally, I just don't think what he's bringing to the table. Actually, left guard, my bad. He's got great pass block, great strength, but he's missing run block and he's missing impact, and he has no speed whatsoever.
Yeah,
at all.
He's basically a boat. He moves as fast as a boat would. I think he's just so slow. Like even if you use like the style boost that boosts run block, he doesn't have any impact block. I think to help make up for it. And even then, he's so slow. He's too slow.
He is too slow. So next we have seasoned veterans came out this week, and seasoned veterans are a great segue because Hope has when originally seasoned vets came out before All Rookie, we saw Big Ben as the highlight, and we labeled Big Ben as the new best quarterback in the game. But now with the Jameis Winston, what's your thoughts? Because we were talking about this before, but I'm going to show the Big Ben stats on the screen here. Why are you saying no to Big Ben?
It's the price. When you're looking at Jameis Winston, comparatively, they have the same traits, except for Jameis Winston he throws a tight spiral. So it's depending on how you feel. He's roughly 270 to 300K cheaper. He's faster. He has a little less strength.
5 less strength.
5 less strength. He actually has 1 more throw power. But I mean, when you're at the 97 above range, I don't think it's too big of a deal. He has better throw short. He does have 5 throw less, but you're only missing 1 deep and 1 play action and 1 throw on the run. And I don't see it. They're so similar that the only reason that I would use Roethlisberger over Winston is maybe chem reasons.
The long pass chem is something that you value a lot.
Not 270K plus. That's a lot. I mean, that's 2 quality players on a lot of teams.
Yeah, I agree. And again, you look at this card, he's got great accuracies where you want him. But then when we say, okay, Winston's not the fastest quarterback, but Winston has a super high excel. Big Ben's excel is a 75. That's below the game's average. 75 is below it. 78 speed's not eye-popping. So Winston's going to get out of the pocket. Yeah, 5 strength more, that's nice, but we like Winston's traits more with the tight spiral. It's going to help out with making some of these throws. And again, throw on the run, he's still there with throw on the run. The throwing stats, he's still there. Maybe not mid-accuracy, but then you add the long pass chem, bumps it up a little bit, and you can make with it. Again, Big Ben, too much for the price. Jameis Winston, the better budget between the two. And we definitely like Jameis over this Big Ben.
He's so good. I used him today for the first time. I've been using the all-rookie Mariota. I think I'm sticking with the Winston.
Good. I want to try out the Winston so badly. Next on the list for seasons vets that came out, Robert Mathis. We're not really too excited with this card. Low strength, not really the kind of card we're liking. He's all around okay, but he's not too surprising in any categories we like. The Darnold docket, serviceable defensive tackle, but again, he's missing some stats that are kind of for us. Low block shed rating on him as well. Tremont Williams, a good corner, 95 speed, super high speed, super solid and serviceable corner. Would you use Tremont Williams? And if so, where would you use him?
Boy, that's tough. So, I mean, you get the season vet badges just by playing online and making the playoffs. If you pull this is like free 275K, but he's definitely usable. He's not great against the run, but he does. I like that he has play ball in the air, aggressive. I want him to bite down on routes occasionally.
Yeah,
I like him a lot. He doesn't have the best press, but I think he's good. He's definitely very good.
If you play a guy like his caliber and you know he's very, very bad against the run, do you put this guy in the slot where he probably fits, or do you keep him as far away from the run as possible and put him on the outside?
I'd probably put him on the outside. I get super paranoid about low block shedding corners. That's just me, though.
Yeah. His block shed's not phenomenal. Definitely not. 58. So, Tremont Williams, a good card, but he's not the complete package. Frank Gore is the next running back. Frank Gore, honestly, at this point in the game, you do not want a running back with 92 speed. If you get a running back with 92 speed, go get yourself the Gauntlet Lynch. Michael Griffin, free safety. Nothing eye-popping stats just besides the speed on him. He can't really play free safety the way we like it. Marcus Colston can't run block, and he's slow. Kind of staying away from him. We hit the Miko Ryans. When this guy, Hope, we talked about him a little bit earlier. Good speed on him, good awareness, good tackle, good pursuit, good play rec. Do you buy into the D'Amico enough, or you're just gonna stay away from him?
I think you could save yourself coins. I think he's super close to the new final edition Jarrell Freeman. He's super close. I feel like. I like him. 90 speed's nice. He doesn't have great agility, so that's going to affect your usering. I feel like there's a lot of corners like him where he has decent athleticism. He's a good tackler. He's solid enough against the run. Decent zone, but he lacks like hit power or height. I think the big thing is what really hurts him is height. I prefer linebackers that are, at least 6'3".
I agree. Not enough eye-popping. You can't really use him. Doesn't have a good enough spec catch or catching in general to use it. Again, you said a little slow. So D'Amico, we're kind of staying away from it. And again, we do like the Freeman that we talked about in the final edition, and also the MVP Brandon Marshall. Next on the list is something that we do like is this Dominic Raiola, 94 overall. We see him as the optimal pass blocking center for his price. 95 strength, 95 pass block. Also carries 91 run block, 93 impact. Hope. Like we said, pass block. Would you use this guy as a center?
Yes, because I think
for chem reasons. He is long pass.
I would use him. I would definitely use him. Right now, I'm using Travis Frederick. I think there's so many like defensive tackles that are they're so strong, and so it's so hard to find the centers, affordable centers, that have elite for their position, elite strength.
95 strength is phenomenal.
I honestly didn't know he was that good until we looked at him earlier today.
He flew under our radar a lot. And then the last card is the Matt Schaub, 93 overall. Doesn't have speed. His throw power is whack. Besides that, accuracies aren't necessarily where we like him. Overall, though, Seasons Vets, some nice ones that we like. Again, some duds, but Seasons Vets, they are some of the diamonds are the ones that we are really liking. We would target. Next, we got some final editions. Ooh, is it the week of the fullbacks or what, dude?
Oh my! And of course, it's Anthony Sherman. And I mean, if you guys know, Zan from the EA Stream team has a saying of fullbacks are people too. Zan's been using base Anthony Sherman for so long. So he hasn't already. If Zan, I don't even know if Zan's here. If Zan doesn't have the new Sherman, then he's letting everybody down.
He is.
It's a pretty. I know it's not a flashy card, but guys who really use their fullbacks can't hit on that card.
I don't think you can. And we are going to get into who's the better fullback later on when we talk about the Style Master. But as a card, I mean, they had to do a final edition of every position. So we were going to see a final edition of a fullback later on or at some point. I think Sherman was the guy after we missed out on him with the DeMarco.
Would
But
you have preferred
yeah.
Sherman or Marcel Reese? Do you think Marcel Reese would have been, a final edition Marcel Reese would have been good enough for you to use over other tight ends? Because that's probably where you're going to play him.
Play Marcel Reese at tight end, you're saying?
Yeah.
No.
You have preferred a Marcel Reese. Final edition
No,
fullback.
I wouldn't have. No. The reason I don't think I would prefer him as the Marcel Reese is I got guys like Vernon Davis and Donald Penn already that I like. Vernon Davis can already get the job done, the Super Bowl edition. I don't want to have to go out of my way to get a guy like Marcel Reese. Like Vernon Davis still has very good receiver-like traits, and I don't think the Reese would be there enough, like route running and all those other stat-wise. But again, Marcel Reese is your Swiss Army knife. He's nice, but I prefer the Sherman with 100 run block. I like that card more than a Marcel Reese, personally, the way my team goes. What about you, though? Let's throw the question right back at you. Because Marcel Reese is a MUT god.
So the thing with Marcel Reese is he's a MUT god at the start of the year. Then the year goes on. Then he fails to hit elite stats in some cases, and now you're able to substitute, that decent run blocker. You're able to get that team of the week Gary Barnage with decent run blocking and receiving stats, or you're able to get that Jordan Reed with that route running and receiving ability, or the Ladarius Green with the speed. You're able to kind of just break apart. At the beginning of the year, Marcel Reese is a beast, but I can't imagine that a 97 Reese would be so good.
Yeah.
And versatile enough to play over, because he's going to be expensive. He would be super expensive.
Exactly. Yeah, like, again, the name carries. Like I think of three things that carry weight when it comes to price. It's the guy's name, it's the guy's rarity, and then there's one more. I'm forgetting on it, but a name carries so much price this year. And a name like Marcel Reese is always going to be jacked up in price. And again, if the guy's available to be done, if he's rare, if he has a good name, you're not going to see him for the optimal price, and then you're going to have to stretch. Right now, Sherman's going for $250K, lower than the positional hero. So Sherman currently is your go-to fullback for the price, in my mind.
Yeah,
I think $250 to $260K is perfect.
If you're looking for him to block, and really depends on how you use him. I gotta agree. He's definitely he's such a traditional fullback, and now they just made him a little bit better receiver.
Yeah. So capping off the set to get to Sherman, you're gonna need a collectible. But along with that, we're gonna go through some of the cards first. 93 overall, Cameron Hayward. We both love Cameron Hayward's ability at the beginning of the year, when this is your go-to card again with the captain set he had, and then it's just his base card. Cameron Hayward is a MUT god on the budget side defensively.
Awesome. If you run 3-4, awesome budget. He's got
strength.
enough excel, not enough speed, but he's got enough excel to actually play 4-3, I think. And the big thing is that he's got the high motor trait. He's got the big hitter trait, which isn't a huge thing. It's kind of like a bonus. And that he does have
Not for D lineman.
He does have bull rush move, which is it's super important. It's super important that they have these traits for the pass rush. Otherwise, they're never going to trigger those elite animations.
And I think stats you guys look out for: 95 strength, 96 block shed, 94 tackle, the 90 excel, like Hope was saying, and then 95 power move, getting you the elite threshold. Am I correct with that?
It's just the trait. As long as they have the trait, they get access to those power moves. And then I believe the way that RG described it is that it allows them, it gives them access to that move, to those elite animations. And I mean, 95 power moves, pretty good.
Phenomenal. Yeah. And again, we like him in the beginning of the year. Getting a card at the end of the year helps out the guys that want to do budget even more. So, again, Hayward, love the card. Next on the list is the Freeman. Hope was talking about him earlier. Price on him's going for around 50-ish K. 92 overall. Highlight stats that I like: 96 tackle, 98 pursuit, 88 speed, 90 play rec. He also carries 84 strength on him. A little bit less agile than D'Amico Ryans, but I think overall the Freeman's better well-rounded. Higher zone coverage, too, of an 89.
Yeah. Freeman's just another one of those running backs where...
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. No, which one?
The Freeman, the Jarrell Freeman.
Yeah, the Freeman.
You said a fullback, a halfback.
No, I said he's one. I don't know. I think I said
All right,
whatever. It
whatever.
doesn't
Keep
matter.
going.
But he's definitely one of those linebackers that have like a little bit of everything. He doesn't do anything great, but in terms of like a budget, you can't hate. He's good enough. 87 block shed is definitely good enough against the run. 89 zone coverage is, I would say, it's probably elite for a middle linebacker, stats wise.
Yeah.
The other thing that
Also,
I really
82
don't like
catch.
is that 82 catch is good. He's got that lower agility, but and again like the knock on the Freeman, just like the D'Amico Ryans is he's shorter, 6 foot.
Perfect. Yeah, I agree with that. Height is big when you're lurking across the middle. You can definitely get bigger height elsewhere. Next, for final edition, Alex Mack, 91 overall. We did highlight the Dominic Raiola. We're highlighting the Mack for the opposite reason. Mack is is the run blocking version of the Raiola. 94 strength, 95 run block, 90 pass block, 94 impact block. Love the card. Goes for a lot cheaper than the Raiola, hovering around 60ish to 50ish K on either console. Hope, would you use this guy?
If he had long pass cam, absolutely. I think he's a great budget center. Absolutely great.
The only downside, single chem, not dual chem.
Yeah.
Ground and pound 9+. So
That's tough. But do you run how often do people run dual chem on offense?
that is true. I think I just like dual chem for the ability to hit 2 chems out of the 4 on offense.
Okay. So if you're looking maybe be flexible, I guess I
Yeah.
could see that.
Next, Morgan Burnett, strong safety. We really don't have anything
Pass.
great to say about him. We're going to probably pass on him. And then
100%.
lastly is the Sims. We're going to pass on him as well, I think. Nothing too crazy there.
Yeah. There's better budget receiving backs. He's not bad though. I mean, he's decent.
Yeah.
He's decent, but he's not. Doesn't wow me.
Next, we had positional heroes for the week. Michael Bennett was one of them at left end, and Richie Incognito at right guard was another one. I think a lot of people are more surprised that Richie Incognito got it over Zach Martin. Zach Martin is still bearing an upgrade. Does not have one from his base elite. Let's go with the Richie first. Do you like the Richie Incognito? Just saying, do you like him?
Okay.
Do you like his stats?
Stats wise, yes, I like his stats. Obviously, he's got 99 strength. Awesome. It's a great place to start. 98 run block, 94 pass block, 96 impact. He's mobile enough. But once you get into the price, I'm going Larry Allen. Like if I could afford this card, I'm probably like I'm gonna go Larry Allen. So the only
Yeah.
you're losing mobility with Larry Allen, but like he costs it's like 170, 200K to upgrade.
It is.
That's a
But
lot, and you're getting like
let
the
me play
same
devil.
or better strength, run block, pass block.
Let me just say devil's advocate. If you're already spending, let's just say 400K, 450K, even more on a right guard, can you say you can pony up the coins and just get the Incognito? Or you could say you're actually still getting what a good enough deal with the saving yourself 170K.
Let me ask, do you think Richie Incognito is endgame?
No, I still think 96 Larry Allen's that game. 100 strength on him, GG. 99 run block, GG.
So
One
Larry
less
Allen's
impact.
run game, but Richie Incognito's not.
No, yeah, Larry Allen's been endgame since his legend card got released, and now his prices went down because the Incognito. It makes him even more endgame.
I agree with that.
I mean, mobility, okay, I could understand that.
I'm
but
really trying
again,
to.
the same blocking.
You know, you don't really see people use pulling guards too much. Most of the meta in Madden is a lot of inside zone,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of pullback dive, a lot of runs where they don't pull. Screens aren't used too heavily because you can't hot route anymore. Although they're still effective. I haven't really noticed like high impact blocking just pancaking on like screens.
I agree.
I really haven't seen it, so I don't know. Maybe impact blocking is kind of getting overvalued. I don't know.
I think it is getting overvalued. It's something I always look at. Left end positional hero Michael Bennett came out 98 overall. I am looking at him compared to 94 JJ Watt. Highlight stats on him that I'm going to give you guys. He's got 95 strength, 95 tackle, 93 excel, 97 power move, and 91 play rec. Also 94 block shed. You're not a fan of this card.
Oh,
Just let me know why.
Right.
Why?
Traits.
Okay.
Do you want to
And
know?
what traits is he missing?
Do you want to know who's pretty close to him?
Who?
Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward is very close to him stats wise.
And Cam Hayward has what? All the traits?
He's
Or he has a
got
trait?
he's got most of the trade. I mean, like you always want clutch because that always helps, but like he's got high motor. I think high motor is a big deal. I think it helps. You know, if they get knocked down, they don't get backed up. They keep attacking on the play. I think that's so important. So Michael Bennett doesn't have high motor. He only has bull rush and like big hitters. Like it's not necessary, but again, it's like a nice little bonus. But like, why would I pay 325K or 391K on PS4 for that when Cam Hayward is like, you can look at them. They're so close. They're so close.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. The closest between the two, again, 400K, and then the reason like we're bringing traits up so much is the importance of traits has been overlooked for a while. It's been looked at by the very experienced people in the community and in Madden, but now it's got to be brought forth to the people who are starting to really get into it. Traits are huge. They're not on the cards itself, so get on over to muthead.com and look at your traits before you make a purchase. Michael Bennett for you guys. Next, we're gonna head on into the ULs. 2 ULs dropped. First, we're going to go over is Antonio Gates. Ooh, jumped the gun a little bit. Antonio Gates, Hope, full package, tight end. I'm going to say yes. Right now, for right now, let me just
Right
say
now,
that.
yes. Right now, absolutely. If I can afford it, yes. He's definitely full package. It's hard to argue against that. He's got.
I mean, 74 runs front. I mean, 71 run block. That's good.
Yeah.
Enough.
It's good. It's good enough. It's not great. His boss, though.
Yeah.
I mean, do we have to factor in his boss because his boss has like 75.
Yeah. And I think the boss is when we think of end game. I think the boss right now is end game. The price is a little bit up there. I think the price will relax a little bit.
He's not end game. I don't think so. Give me an upgraded Gronk and let me just see. Let's just see what an upgraded Gronk does, like a 99 Gronk.
Wait, do you think we're gonna see a 99 Gronk?
I don't know. I think we should. We should see a 99 Gronk. I think it's necessary.
We're getting actually something in the chat. I think positional hero Delaney Walker is better and cheaper. Do you get 100 spec, the 6'4" frame out of him with the catch in traffic, the route running? I don't know.
So Delaney is super good if he doesn't have rack moves, and I feel like that's sort of undervalued. Delaney doesn't have a juke at all. That's why I really like Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed is a very good juke move. Delaney's definitely a good run blocker, but I would be hard pressed to even say like Delaney Walker is better than Vernon Davis.
I agree.
He doesn't have enough route running to where I'm like, oh, okay. Delaney Walker only has 87 route running. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, when we think of like a tight end that can do it all, when it comes to rack moves, you got to be able to do stuff after the catch. That's what tight ends get famous for, like Gronk and Kelsey. This Gates is it. Gates can do it. I know he's a little bit more out of the price range, but this is when you're perfecting your team. This is how you get your team that much better. So, there's the Gates.
He's definitely not necessary. I mean, there's like you can definitely supplement tight ends. But that boss one's pretty. There's not a tight end that has the combination of stats. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. So heading over to the cornerback side, we are seeing the best card in Madden right now.
Boss Rod Woodson.
99 speed, 99 excel, 99 man coverage, 98 agility, 97 press, 97 zone, 95 player, 91 catch, and this dude can stuff the run. Best. This is the golden ticket item.
Yes, he's the golden ticket item. If you can make a golden ticket off one card, it's got to be Rod Woodson. You just shore up his run game. You give him the 99 play rack, the press, the zone. You can boost up his spec catch to 99. I agree. Best card in MUT.
Yeah.
Best card in MUT.
And then comes like the thing. Well, would you make a golden ticket out of him? He's the golden ticket prototype for a corner. Hands down.
So good.
And people are going to say the trait is like...
And people that worry about height, I feel like 6 foot's tall enough for the people that are like, oh, he's not tall enough. Like,
Yeah.
I think 6 foot's a good size.
And like even more people are like, well, I wouldn't spend that much for him. Well, then there's guys like DRC and the Dion that are around that price. And if you're gonna think about even spending that much, look at the guy that can stuff the run, has the speed, and has the man coverage that can do everything. This is the guy.
Yeah,
This is the guy.
absolutely. Like Levante MVP just said in the chat, he's like Dion but strong. That's the big thing. He's like Deion Sanders coverage wise, but he doesn't just completely suck against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And he can tackle, and he can hit. It's such a good card, great card. Probably
So good.
probably OP card, I would say.
Yeah, and the price is warranted, so don't get scared by that. Next, we got Tribute Peyton Manning. 3 Peyton Mannings were released. Campus Hero card, which is a 96 overall one. We got 98 Broncos one, and then we got the 99. Basically, what we're gonna call the Boss Cam. I mean, the Boss Peyton. Which, if price did not matter to you, which one would you go after?
99 for sure.
And it's not just because of the stats, because we're gonna tell you why the 98 is not in our price range, not in our mind. But let's take a look at the 99. Let's highlight some of the stats. He's coming at you with 98 throw power, 95 throw short, 97 mid, 99 deep, the 96 play action, 93 throw on the run, and 81 speed. Bro, that's phenomenal.
Yo, Peyton can move. He could move back in the day.
Yeah.
Prime. He's not a tree. He's good. He's nice. He's nice, and he's just so well rounded, I think is the big thing.
Yeah.
But for me, I wouldn't pay $2 million for him. Traits for me personally scare me off. He doesn't have clutch. Doesn't throw a tight spiral. I mean, maybe these are changed. I have no idea. This is just going off MUT. This is, I believe it's based off his base card in the game. So
yeah.
If it's changed stats, maybe he does have clutch. I'm not sure. I mean, it's too rich for my blood for sure.
Yeah, I agree, and I think he's too rich for anyone's blood. But 2.7, again, you're perfecting your team. You're a Peyton lover. You love using the Sheriff. That's your guy. The reason why we also don't say overall is everything. The 98 Peyton Manning from the Broncos, horrible speed, bad throw power in our minds, but okay accuracies except for the deep ball. But this is what we were saying. This is like the stages in Peyton Manning's life. This is the exact replica of Peyton Manning on the Broncos.
Yeah, I love that they gave him tribute cards. And usually they only do one, but they did a career. And I think that's just awesome. And
yeah,
I cannot wait to talk about the 96 Peyton Manning.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Go.
You're talking golden ticket. He will, I have no doubt that he'll probably be a golden ticket. I mean, 88 speed is such a great start. Such a great start. His throwing stats are definitely good enough to where they don't have to be 99'd out. They can just be up to that 97, 98 range. You can save some points. You can boost his carrying a little bit if you want. I don't know. You can give him 95 juke if you want. Like, he is like, he's got to be a golden ticket. Somebody, if you pull a golden ticket, please make the 96 Peyton Manning, Campus Hero, a golden ticket. Please.
I would. And I've been saying it for a while. I'd make the Brady. But the Brady's, now this is like the upgraded Brady because he got speed.
Yeah, he's like last year where they did the Ultimate Legend Brady, where they have like the speed version.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that. It looks like that, except for he can throw the ball.
And this Peyton Manning, not to like slouch you guys, again balanced. He's got great speed, but he also carries 97 throw on the run. Dude can zip it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome to see. So that's the Peyton Manning. That's a tribute to him. I'm currently using 96. I'm having a blast. And he's going for around 800K. The other 98 Manning's going around 700K on PlayStation Market. And last but not least, we got Style for you guys. Style Master was just released. They are 13 solos of Style and one solo, the boss solo to finally get yourself the Christian Okoye. He is the guy, the fullback. And this is where we're going to have that little argument. Is Okoye the best fullback? I say yes. What do you say? Current price for Okoye, 650 to 700K.
Why would I don't know. Who uses their fullback enough that he's a luxury item. He's a luxury item. there's enough running backs that you could just sub in to get the good trucking. Like even the JJ Watt has ridiculous trucking. There's the halfback Cam Newton, and then you can also save coins if you want the run blocking. Like you can go and buy the Sherman. And my thing is like even base Sherman has just as good, or if not better, run block and impact block. You do lose out on strength, but I don't like. It's a good card. I don't love it. It's too. It's unnecessary for probably most teams.
Yeah.
Not even price, just that. Like it's so unnecessary. I feel like.
Yeah.
And like people are saying, 99 Lynch at fullback will get you the same results probably, if not better.
He could. But the guy also carries 90 run block, which I think is great on the guy. So he's not a slouch at run block. And then when it comes to like the stats after, he's got 99 stiff arm and 100 trucking, which is really good. Good ball carrier vision. And 95 impact and 91 run block strength. I mean, he is a great run blocker too. He can do both. And then running wise, he's good. Again, I understand what you're saying for the Sherman. And then also for the Sherman's price, I get you. But I think all around when you think of like fullback dive or maybe like an inside zone, you just put him in there. Those are tough yards. I think he can get it. Definitely a card you want to try out, again, if you're perfecting your team. But it's a cool card. It is cool.
It's a luxury card. It's like the Tebow, where he's a luxury card. Like if you can afford it, it's unnecessary to buy him, I feel like. But, if you have the coins, if you don't care, if you're a big Okoye fan, I don't know. Definitely a luxury card.
Yeah. So, right about now, guys, for the people that are on the podcast and people that are in the chat, we would be taking you guys into some in-game. We've already taken you guys into some in-game in comparison for gameplay, going a little bit more in-depth. We're not doing that today. Future episodes, we will, just for a little, if you guys want to know for the future where this is going. Now, Hope, what do you want to tackle? You want to tackle the budget cards?
We could do budget cards. We kind of already talked about one.
We did, but we're gonna start off cheap, and we're gonna progressively get more, and then we're gonna explain why some of these guys are budget items in our opinion. First, we're gonna start off as Final Edition Cameron Hayward. He came out not this week, but weeks past. And then for defensive end, we kind of see this guy as like a really nice complete package. Not the Cameron Hayward, the Cameron Jordan. Remember, there's a difference between these two. And he goes for a lot less than the Cameron Hayward does. He's a right end. He's going for around 10K, 15K on the PlayStation. Stats he's racking in: 94 strength, 94 block shed, 93 tackle, 92 excel, 92 power move. For 10K, is that good enough for you?
You should see his traits.
Let me hear the traits.
You should see him. I wish you could look at him.
I can if you want me to.
No, I got you. This dude has like all the traits, man. He's got high motor. He's got spin. He's got swim. He's got bull rush. He doesn't have big hitter. Doesn't have clutch. But this is a like 11K budget card.
Yeah. I think that's great.
It's not super high power move. But again, like with budget cards, I think that's where you can use your chem. If you're a pass rush, it boosts power move or finesse move. It actually boosts both. But you're able to supplement some of, if you can't buy the super fancy Von Millers that have, sick pass rush.
Yeah.
He's got all the traits.
And then on the other side of the ball, Hope picked out this card. Another an all rookie, Eric Armistead, left end. Dude is phenomenal. 97 strength, 96 block shed. Yeah, and then 93 tackle, 93 power move, 91 excel. The reason why I like this guy so much, again, he's a little bit more up the ladder, but then we're giving you like all the different steps of a budget card for really cheap and then getting progressively expensive. 30K, I think this is a steal. I really do.
He's good all around. He's good enough pass rush, and I think he's great against the run. I have to say great. I haven't looked at all the left ends, strength and block shed, but I feel like that's pretty elite for 30K.
Yeah.
Definitely
for
some sick value.
I mean, even if you're not even running, if you're running a God Squad, a backup card for 30K that good? Woo.
Depth purposes, you never know. You never know when you need to go plug in the big boys with good strength and block shed.
Yeah, and now on the offensive side of the ball, we got Stephon Diggs, 95 speed, 96 looseness, best stat on the card, 96 route running, 93 spec, 88 catch in traffic, sitting at 6 foot. Like, bro, for 40K, this I like this card. I think he's one of the best receivers for 40K.
He's awesome. He's 99 juke move. 99. That's nasty.
That is nasty. And I think the juke move's like one of the most used like
It
rack
is.
moves. So
It's the best. I would say it's the best rack move for sure. Most used. It's
Yeah.
the best one. It's always important to have a good juke move.
So, yeah, there's a Stephon Diggs. Personally love him. And then the last one, we did talk about him earlier in the show, but we're going to bring it to you again. This is the top range. And Hope, why would you spend this much on a budget guy when it's all rookie Jameis Winston?
I feel like if you're going to spend, like, you need to trust your quarterback. And I feel like most people can probably spend that 100K. I feel like most people spend, they try the Drew Brees. They might try that Super Bowl Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees. They'll try the 94 Mariota. The Aaron Rodgers is a little bit more expensive, but like the Brees and the Mariota all float around the same price. And I think Winston's better than all of them. If you really like the Big Ben Roethlisberger, he's like over 300K.
Yeah.
You gotta like the Winston. He's worth trying. If you can afford it, if you can afford to try him, I think he's worth trying. 100%. I used him today. I was very impressed. He's got all the traits you want. He's gonna hit all the throws. I don't know. At the high end, he's the best budget quarterback.
Yeah, I totally agree. And again, like at this point in the year, guys, we're in March. If you can't pony up 120K for a quarterback at this point in the game when you want to make that next level step, but still keep not spending like the uber amount of coins, he's your dude. It's got to be your dude. I love the Jameis, and cannot wait to get some use for him. Now we're gonna get into the fun point. Sorry for the guys in the podcast; they're gonna be a little late on this, but for the viewers, we're gonna be doing, and we're gonna try to do this every single week. Different sets involved, set wars between me and Hope. This week is the Flashback set war. How this is going to go, we're each going to rip one of these. It's good. He's on Xbox, I'm on PlayStation. It can help both platforms. Whoever pulls the lower overall card will be given away. Again, for an example, I pull 99 Andre Johnson. He pulls 96 LaShawn McCoy. The 96 LaShawn McCoy is given away. I hold on to my Andre Johnson. This is how we can help you guys out. And it adds a little bit dynamic. And in the future, guys, give us some suggestions. What sets do you guys want us to complete? Because these are fun. And sorry for the guys on the podcast again. Hope, your gameplay won't be up, but you're going to send me a picture of who you pulled, and then I'll rip it and I'll show them both on the screen.
I think the important thing to remember is that the cool thing that we're doing with the sets versus is that you're mainly PS4 and I'm Xbox, so we can hit both consoles.
Exactly.
So that's a huge plus. But I'm going to rip mine. I'm not going to tell you, obviously.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Right now. Yeah, if I get Andre, I'm losing it.
Okay. If you get Andre, you have to tell me.
Okay.
Is that okay, like a good okay, or is it like an okay?
You'll see.
It's like I got tickets to like the to like a Knicks game. Oh, where are you sitting? I'm sitting like in the 200s. Okay.
No.
I can deal with that.
Tickets to the Knicks game. That sounds awful. Have you seen the Knicks?
No, I'm just saying, but like in general, if you're a Knicks fan, it's like okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tweet you a picture of it right now.
Tweet me one.
I don't know if you're ready for this. I don't know if you can top it, honestly.
I think I can top it regardless. I think I can. Tweet it at me, man.
Tweet is sent.
Did you tweet it at me?
Oh, I tweeted it at you. It's being there. It's getting there. It's getting there.
Ooh! Okay, I'm gonna throw this guy right on the stream right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for the people on the podcast, I don't want to spoil it for the people on the stream. Maybe 1 second. Hope pulled something fire.
I gotta say that earlier in the year I pulled the flashback Vic out of the flashbacks. So I got pretty decent flashback luck there.
Okay, so guys, on the screen, Hope pulled 96 overall Carlos Dansby. Again, we're not going by value. We're going by overall. So Hope hit an insane overall. And like, let's just say I do pull a LaShawn McCoy. What's a tiebreaker? Yeah, what is a tiebreaker?
Tiebreaker? Oh man. Chat vote, I think.
Chat vote. They're obviously going to pick the one that's more expensive. But if I pull 99 Andre Johnson, I'm losing my lid. All right. Got to be 96. Here we go. Come on. Big money, no whammy. Big money, no whammy. Ah, it's Mike Wallace. It's not bad. Again, that's actually a good pull.
Mike Wallace? Is he a good
93
pull?
overall, but he goes for like 150K.
Yeah.
So now I got to give him away.
Yeah. Up to you how you want to do that. You know,
I'm going to give him away. I'm going to
I
give him
would
away.
say
Okay,
I would
guys.
say you do it right now because you know.
Yeah. Oh,
why
yeah.
not?
Guys in the PlayStation, again, sorry for the guys in the podcast. Come join the stream if you guys want to be in on this. He's going to be up for 2 days, 7 hours. Send me the worst thing in your binder. Selected by random by the end of the show. Guy's got 98 burners on him. Hey, you know what's a good thing, though? We pulled actually semi-reasonable flashbacks. We did not pull any
Yeah, I
garbage
was
ones.
expecting the worst, like the two worst that were just like, like
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do then?
Exactly. RG, 98 speed. Love the 98 speed on him. Guys, each week we're going to be doing one of these. It helps out both consoles. It's a little bit of a war. So far, Hope's up 1-0 on me.
Mm-hmm.
But GG to that. We are going to be getting into... we're going to be having a guest on the show in a few minutes. We're going to be having Code. We're going to be talking some MUT. And then this is where we switch from content to community feedback and community awareness. But before we do that, let's show you guys some of the highlights that you guys sent in on the show. So let's do this. And hang on, it says Windows minimized. We should be good. 1 second. And again, apologies to the people. To the people on the podcast. Alright, let's fix this. Don't know why this keeps happening. I swear, like, whenever you really need something, it
Never
comes up for you.
works. Never works.
Never.
A lot of beard hype in the chat, by the way.
You got a good beard. You got a great beard.
Do you just? I didn't set out to grow a good beard. I grew it because I was tired of shaving.
I feel you. I always have that problem too, you know? Why is it... Okay, here we go. I'm just going to adjust it a little bit. Again, these are highlights sent in from you guys, so enjoy them. And we'll throw them up on the stream. First one. Hopefully you guys enjoy. This actually sent in from a mod Echo. He was playing a buddy of his, and this was pretty lit. He's losing in the game currently. About $1.44 left. He has a chance to get a stop and get the win. Check out these users. Check out these users. Bumps him, gets a pass interference, gets the ball. Not only that, he's crib shotting it and breaking 2 tackles. Heck of a play from Echo. There we go. Play number 1. Let's get the play number 2. He said when you know the TD before you get it, he's celebrating the second he gets a handoff, hits the spin move, and he is gone. Heck of a play from our dude, Madden Dangles. Love it. Next highlight we got going here. It's crazy Tyron pick 6. Send it for one of you guys. And look at him lurk with Tyron, and watch Tyron get up on this. Leaping up there, getting the pick. And not only that, he gets back up, breaks like 3 tackles, and Tyron is gone. Tyron crib shot. Amazing highlight. And the last one for the week, coming in from pick 2 for the win from Don't Drop the Bass, Echo's brother. Take a look at this play. 2-point conversion. He's down by 1. Look at this lurk, and he crib shots the 2-point conversion, giving him a 2-point swing and giving him the lead. Actually gets him the win. Thank you guys for sending in your highlights. If you guys want to be featured on it, we have a Google Doc for you guys. Thank you so much, and let's get back on into it. Hopefully you guys enjoy that, because that was dope.
That was awesome.
That was definitely dope.
If we could do that every week, dude.
Yeah, definitely. We have a Google Doc for you guys, so throw them in. We always have an option for you guys to fill out stuff for the show. We'll feature you guys in the show as always. Thank you guys. We're gonna get Code in here now.
Code. If you guys don't know, Code is part of the stream team, but the feedback this week is MUT 15 compared to MUT 16, and as we progress and learn more and get more feedback about the show, maybe we change how we do the feedback, but right now it's kind of just going to be one person, one specific thing, so it's not so much a rambling, and so we can kind of condense it and send it in to the guys at EA.
Definitely. Yeah, and that's it. And then as we progress in the future, we're gonna try to get some of you more guys involved. We'll be showing you guys some of the comments. We're getting Code set up. Code said he's coming in now. Hopefully he's used Discord before. We don't want a Discord noob, But yeah, we'll have him on here for 15, 20 minutes. We'll show you guys some Google Doc forms that you guys filled out. And we should be good. Code's entering right now. Code, enter stage. Hopefully he knows.
Code's in here. See him lurking.
Here we go. I sent him the message. All right. So once we get Code in here, do you want to go good cop, bad cop on him, or how do you want to work this?
Bringing him in for questioning.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go good cop, I'm a decent bad cop. I'm not gonna say I'm horrible, but
I think what you mean by bad cop is like you're just bad at being a cop.
No, like the mean cop of the two.
No, I think you just mean like you're a terrible cop.
No, I'm a really good cop. Like, no joke. I was a cop on Halloween once. Not gonna lie, I was pretty good at it. You can use it to your advantage. You can get numbers. Yeah. No, not last year. When I was like 12.
You got numbers when you were 12?
Yeah, like I'd knock on the door and I would be like, "Oh, you're cute," like to like the granny, whoever answered, and then you always want to come back for more candy.
There's nothing like granny numbers.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, what does a granny give you? Money and food. I mean, I could live by that. Just saying.
That's true.
Code's having a little technical difficulties. Again, we do realize the amount of noobs that there are with Discord. I think like 30% said or 40% said they could not, they don't know how to work Discord. In our poll we took.
Yeah, I know.
It's alright, Code. He's alright. I think he should just like back out and come back in. He might be in the text channel. That's alright. Code's a good guy. And then in the chat, guys, again, once we're done with Code, we'll turn it to the chat a little bit, let you guys voice your opinions. And again, a lot of this that we are bringing from you guys is going to be sent over to the devs, like we said. Good information. Again, this is a community. We got 235 beautiful people in here, so we're going to do our best to get your voices heard. Again, because people always say, oh, how do I get in touch with EA? How do I let them know what I don't like with the game? Well, here you go. This is your chance. This is definitely your chance. And we got Code.
Code.
There we go.
What up, you Pittsburgh man?
Hey, what's up?
What up? How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Doing good.
Appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me as the inaugural guest. It's a privilege and honor.
I mean, you were like third on the list. No,
we had like 20-some dudes cancel on us. So.
Man.
21.
That's rough.
No, man. We thought of the question, the feedback question. It was MUT 16 compared to MUT 15, and we're like, who comes to mind? Code. Like, you're the dude.
Yeah, I've been playing for a while, like a couple of years now.
So, what do you think is, like, compared to Madden 15, or MUT 15, where do you think MUT 16 is?
Where do I think of that? Okay, like, the thing I think about Madden 15 compared to Madden 16 the most is just the amount of, it truly is suited for every person. You don't have to spend any money to have a 92 overall team or more. I mean, I've seen people that haven't spent any money and they have like a 96 overall team just because, they play their solos, they grind the auction house like no other. But just from the solo standpoint alone, there's just so many ways to make coins, and I think that's the biggest difference when you talk about 16 to 15 is I think the market reflects that. You're seeing cards that are selling for millions just because the guys at the studio did a great job of providing so many solos for you to get packs, coins, all that stuff. So it truly is it's a mode built around for any type of ultimate team player. I think that's the biggest difference from 15 to 16, in my opinion.
I agree. I think solos are huge. Like, the amount we're getting, the amount of content we're getting. What do we get, like, on average? 5 or 6 content dumps a week, aside from solos?
Right, yeah, like, it's a ton.
Ridiculous.
Nuts.
Yeah. And
so there's always something new.
Yeah, like I say, if you go a week without turning on your Xbox or your PlayStation and you can't come into MUT, it literally feels like you haven't played it all throughout the year just because there's so much going on a given week. Like, I mean, just this week alone, how much stuff did we get? Like, Saturday was like the best MUT weekend of all time.
Could you imagine not being around and then you come back and you're like, what? what is this? There's trophies now?
Yeah,
99,
like
there's a
the
bucket.
last 4 days alone, if you haven't played any Ultimate Team, it feels like you missed like 3 months of content because there's been so much stuff. And like it started last week. I mean, I'm really loving now they're doing the like 5 new throwbacks on Thursday. I mean, I'm guessing that might not be a weekly thing because that would be really hard to come up with that many new
Yeah.
cards every week. But if they do like a once a month, drop like 5 new throwbacks or flashbacks in, that would be freaking epic. I would really, really like that a lot. But it started last week and it's just been moving on for the last like seven days now. There's been like, I mean, we're not just getting like here's a card or something, but there's just been so much content the last week alone that it really feels like if you haven't been on top of it, you've missed so much because you probably most likely have.
Yeah. When it comes to solo challenges, this year they still kept the same the original style of solo with the gauntlet. How game changing do you think journeys are for a guy, and how rewarding are journeys for a guy who grinds, who literally just grinds?
Yeah, I mean the journey's really cool. You know, I just love how they're really like Madden moment type scenario based on game endings and other stuff like that. So I love them because they're get in, they're get out. You get your coins, you get your rewards, and you move on to the next one. To me, that's the best part about those is whereas like the styles, the gauntlet, they're more like full games, whereas the journey just kind of fits the maybe I could play five journey solos before I head off to work today. They really did a really good job in letting people get into their game and get out very quickly, and I think that's the best part of it. And when you see 160 of them, yeah, it looks like a lot, but when the games are sometimes you just have to kick a field goal to win.
Yeah.
I think they're really just suiting a lot more people because a lot of people don't have. Believe it or not, I know we're all MUT diehards on here and on Twitter and stuff like that, but there is the average users that they have a full-time job and they just want to get in there and get out quickly. And I think the journey gives them ability to improve their team and get stuff done fast. Well, I love the
Yeah.
journey, and to get 3 of them is very impressive. I don't know if that was the intentions at the beginning of the game to come out with 3 of them, but you can't.
Yeah.
They've been listening to everyone, and everyone wanted a third one, and maybe that changed their mind to say, "Hey, let's come out with a third one. Why not?" So, I think the journey's well done, and if that carries over to 17, I don't think anyone would be disappointed at
No
all.
way.
Agreed. Have you been stuck on a journey solo that you had to like come back to?
No, I've not journey ones.
Gauntlet.
Actually, the boss journey in the final one of the first journey, that was a little rough because you have to think back to or like probably late August or early September when everyone was actually grinding and finishing it out, and like no one had crazy teams at the time, so it's like you had to come down from 2 scores on an all Madden solo.
Yep.
Like that was rough, no lie. That was definitely hard. I did get stuck there for a little bit.
Bro.
Yo, there was that like one of the last ones you had to do, and it was the one against the Broncos.
Yes. Oh yeah,
That
was like
one.
that wasn't the final one, but it was close to the end. That was
Yeah,
versus
right.
Peyton Manning. Yeah, that was kind of rough.
As soon as they put it on all Madden with like the weather changes, I'm like I want off this ride. This is not fun. Like I can't throw anything. Like I usually just spam the corner routes against the bots. Like old Matt
Right.
Ryan just sailing them into the 50th row.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, completed on my first try. So I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I definitely was tough though.
But how about not outside of Journey? That 90 the overall solo, the 100K one, that is a rough
Yeah.
solo. Let's be real with that one.
I lost 5 times, no joke. Literally lost 5
Yeah,
times.
I was actually streaming on the EA. I was streaming on my stream on Saturday morning when it went live, and I was kind of embarrassed that I lost 3 times. But I was like, "This is rough, guys. You guys aren't gonna have the easiest time with this either. Don't make fun of me yet until you try it." But it was definitely a hard challenge.
Nothing makes you feel like a good Madden player when you lose a solo on stream and you're just like, oh.
Everyone can like rain on you. They get free control. When it comes to rewards for I guess journeys and sets, this year compared to last year, I know there weren't journeys, but Ultimate Master, Road to the Playoffs Master, and MUT Master, how do you think that these compare to last year?
Like MUT Master, like I think the rewards are. I mean, we last year we got the 99 Sherman from MUT Master. This year you get the OBJ. But last year in terms of MUT Master, like I thought this year was a tad easier because you were guaranteed your season's masters. You knew you were going to get those. Last year, those loyalty or those legacy coaches, you didn't know, or legacy badges or whatever you want to call them, the team badges that you needed to get the coach. You could have won 150 seasons and never saw one of those, or 150 games played and never saw one of those. And it, at least this year, in terms of you're guaranteed, you know that if you get 10 of those season masters, you get a season vet pack and you get one season masters badge. So in terms of guaranteed, I really don't think a lot's changed. You pretty much have to do the same requirements. So I'm glad that they kind of stuck with the MUT Master layout. They didn't really change too much about it. So that was good this year. Did you say style and gauntlet? You said as well.
Yeah, like just rewards in general. I think the rewards are better. Like the Brady you get. I think that's better than the Earl Thomas of last year.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. And did last year? Could you get a free 99 Marshawn Lynch? No. Like that was just that kind of just like killed just crushed it. Like you could literally, I know they're longer games in the gauntlet, but it's a free 99 Marshawn Lynch. And if you're engaged and you don't want, if you're investing time and not money, like, I mean, how does it get better than a 99 overall card at no cost? I mean, to me, that's pretty much top of the line right there as far as, what you could get as far as a reward. So the rewards this year are amazing. Like I said, there's so many coins that you can make, millions, just by playing solo challenges and
farm accounts.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. I mean, that's why you see. Unfortunately, that's what comes with good rewards. You have Amari Cooper, 10K, one of the best receivers in my opinion in the game for 10,000 coins. So it's like it comes with the territory, obviously, but they're taking care of the people playing the mode, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Definitely agree.
As going forward, obviously, like we love all the stuff that's in the game, even the Steve Young set that we didn't even get a chance to touch on. What do you think going forward? This game could maybe just tweak. And I understand, like we're talking MUT 15 to 16, but what do you think this game could just use a little tweaking with MUT? I know it's tough.
Yeah,
it is a tough question.
Yeah, it is tough because there's a lot of good stuff. I think we need some better coin rewards coming out of sets because sometimes, I mean, I understand they're putting more coins into with solos and stuff like that, but some sets just aren't worth doing. And I know to accomplish some tasks like a master, like for example the new style master, you actually have to put coins in to actually get the solos done because you have to buy players and buy Schefter stars and stuff like that. That's another thing we could maybe I mean, that's not a set, but like even like the captains and MVPs, like I don't think you were rewarded for as much that you had to put into it. So I think we could always improve on sets and getting a little bit more even like sometimes you throw in a card in there that's super expensive. We don't really have that anymore, but getting like an untradeable version back or something like that on some insane cards.
That was clutch. Especially some of these base elite cards going into like the positional heroes where you gotta get rid of. I mean, like if you're losing like the base elite does, it's not a big deal. But like, I don't know, like I think it's fun to kind of like make different lineups. Why not? Why not go back and use base elite does for a game? I mean, you're gonna need them for styles, especially too. And it's like a lot of people like do these sets, and now they don't like if now styles comes out, and a lot of people have dumped all their cards into sets because they're working on medals, they're working on positional sets.
and now they don't have all those cards to do the styles. So now it's like they got to go buy some of them again, especially the elites and all that stuff. So I would like to see some untradeable stuff. Maybe if you have to turn in a big card into a set,
Definitely.
That's a
maybe
great idea.
maybe get some untradeable items back out of it. We used to have that in some 12 and 13 and stuff like that. You got some untradeable cards back. So it doesn't really destroy the market, but you still can use some nice cards.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just think the captains and MVPs, maybe a little bit more coin reward,
Definitely.
would be a recommendation on my end. I would love to see, not talking just sets, but I would love to see a collect all button where you could throw all your cards
Yes.
into a set.
Oh, that'd be
Be
clutch.
fantastic. I
What
think
about more binder space? I think
yes.
that's another thing.
Yeah, 100%. And I think MUT rewards can come into play with binder space. The more packs you open, maybe they'll give you some more additional space. Would
Oh,
be
that's
awesome. Just something that they can go along the lines and reward people for opening packs. Maybe we'll give you a little bit more binder space. Um, those are, those are, and maybe how you like say you accidentally collect the card. Like last year, everyone had the Larry Foot. Maybe you can actually
Mm-hmm.
take a card out of a set, and just in case you accidentally collect it,
Yeah.
because you're slamming through the A button, and sometimes you accidentally click on the wrong card, and you accidentally collect the card, and you want to bring it back out. I would love to see something where you can skip all the cutscenes on solos. I think that would be fantastic. So that's just some things that I've been thinking about, that I've been jotting down, and that's on my mind as far as what can improve in MUT. I mean, I don't think you can get much more and better content than this year. I think this year, as far as content, has been the best year. The only thing is sometimes the content seems really rare and hard to pull. So I would like to see a little bit more chances at some of these cards,
Yes.
because a 24-hour card, sometimes you don't see a lot of them. So it's I'd love to see. There's more players more than ever, so some pack increases would
Yeah.
always be good.
Quick thing. Limited time cards or limited number cards? I prefer limited number cards, like out of 100. That's just
Limited. I like limited. I like numbered cards. I think they're just more of I don't know. It's just more special in my opinion, because you would have people
yeah.
chasing certain numbers of the card. Like maybe my favorite number is 15. I want number 15 out of 100, Tom
Do you
Brady or
think
something.
number one would be the most expensive?
Oh, no doubt.
It
Oh
has to
yeah.
be,
So
just
like
naturally, because it has one. That would be
yeah.
cool.
So typically in 12 when we had number cards, like number 1 was always really expensive. Their jersey number, if they had that, so Calvin 81 out of 100 would be worth more,
Oh,
and
That's
number
pretty cool.
100. So those were the three numbers: their jersey number, number 1, and the last version of that number, whatever number it would go to, were always like
yeah.
top sellers. Like I remember Rockets from Mudhead, and 12 there was like this thing called Club 100 cards, and like there was a Deshaun Jackson with 100 speed, Adrian Peterson. They called them Club 100s because one stat on the back was 100, and they came out with these cards. And Rockets, I remember he traded, like he paid like 600K more for each card to get their jersey number. So it was like a James Harrison, Adrian Peterson, Deshaun Jackson. Uh,
Dang.
I can't remember the other two. There was like 5 of them total, but he paid like 600K more for each card just to get their jersey number. So it's like
Yeah.
their jersey number was like a significant thing. Like people actually chase that stuff, and like it didn't even have to be the jersey number. It didn't have to be number 1. It didn't have to be whatever number 100. People just chased it because it was their favorite number, and they wanted to
Yeah.
collect that number of the card. I just think it's more significance than just like a 24-hour only symbol. You know what I mean? I just kind of
Yeah.
I just like the numbered cards in general.
And it also gives guarantee. I think like a number card, like with 24 hours, you only got 24 hours of pull. It keeps like odds in check with like if you do a numbered card, well, 100 have to get pulled, and the longer that takes, I'm sorry, but like it doesn't look all that great.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I agree.
I prefer a card getting pulled, like, and you get to see the numbers, you get to see the progression over a day. So
Right, yeah. So if you're pulling packs that they're still out there, because you could see on the
yeah,
auction house if there's any like additional ones out there. Yeah, I mean I love number cards. I think they were always one of the funnest things to go after, and I have some fun memories of chasing those numbered cards, and like
yeah,
I mean this year, I mean I understand what they're going for. Like people will know they're at least in packs for the 24 hours of when they launch. So I can see it from that aspect. I just kind of like the chasing the numbered cards more than anything else.
Yeah. And Hope, you got something from the chat. You want to bring that in?
Chat. So, Code is like the MUT dude. One guy's asking, what about a multi-card trade system? It's actually in Hockey Ultimate Team. I don't play.
Whoa,
FIFA.
Hockey Ultimate Team better than MUT? Whoa.
But it has multi-card. And what the cool thing is that it's not a trade block. It's there's the auction house, and then like you can add cards and coins.
Right.
Is that? Do you like how it is kind of like separated? Like we have the auction house, pure numbers.
Okay. Yeah. So
I like multi.
I like it, but so the thing is with the trade block is and multiple trades are, it's the fear that like they could be working on some awesome stuff, and a lot of people want to work, like if the dev team devotes time to work on the trade block, what other areas can't they improve on, because there's only so many hours for them to work on dev time. You know what I mean? That's just they only have a certain amount of people that can work on stuff. So the trade block, it's a lot. Believe it or not, I don't even see a lot of cards on the trade. So I'm guessing that a lot of people don't use the trade block too much. And 2-for-1s, you have to worry about people using that to scam others in a way too as well. I mean, I know people want to say that it's a way to avoid scams. It's like, oh, for these 2 cards on my 1 card. But I think there's more than that goes into it, if that makes sense. I just don't know if that many people even use it anymore, just because it's not like Madden 12 or anything like it. It hasn't been this way since Madden 12, but Madden 12 was a capped auction house. I don't know if you guys know that, but you could only sell gold cards for 30,000 coins. You could only sell legend cards for 300,000. So the trade block was more relevant in 12 because, for example, you were trading to get stuff that were now people just sell the card and buy what they want because it's an uncapped auction house. So the trade block has pretty much lost its luster the last 3-4 years. So that's kind of where I stand on it. I personally, the only time I use the trade block is if I want to let my friend borrow a card, or I have like tonight I used it just because I'm borrowing a card to complete these style solos, the style champion. So it's like I don't use it too much, so like 1-for-1s are fine with me. I really don't need much more than that, to be honest, and that's kind of where I stand on it.
Definitely, I agree. Well, thank you very much, Code, for coming on. We had a pleasure. That was a lot of MUT knowledge, and I think the chat really did enjoy that. Great comparison. You get to hear throughout the years where this guy's came from and what he's learned and where it was at one point and where it is today, and how grateful we should be. So, Code, thank you very much as always, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, guys. Hope, JayOh, it was a great time. Appreciate it. Thanks, chat, for giving some questions, some feedback. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Later,
see you,
buddy.
man.
Have a good one.
You too, guys. Later.
See you. All right. So that was that went actually very, very well. I'm super happy with the way that went. So, big shout out to Code in the chat, guys. So, and people asking Mike Wallace giveaway at the end. I think now we could
205.
bring in.
I'm so glad. I want to know.
And what?
The sets.
Oh, stop! You know what, dude?
Might have to go bigger. I don't know. I'll think about it. We might have to go bigger. I think.
Yeah, I'm okay with going bigger, dude. I'm gonna beat you.
No, you're not.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna bring in some of the chat, some of the Google form responses we got. And we got one in particular from our dude, Primetime KCS. Prime's in the chat. He's a mod. He's guys been playing MUT for a little bit. Last year, no money spent. This year, a little money spent. And we said, what are your thoughts on MUT 16 compared to MUT 15? We know we just heard it from Code. But we want to hear it some more of the average gamers. I know it's long, but let me sum it up for you guys. He likes the new vast solos, the journeys, the mad moments as compared to just full games. He makes gaining coins without spending money easier and quicker. The new content this year is a lot more than last year. They like the new bundles, the new packs that we're getting. There's more new players, new sets, etc. MUT Rewards is a great idea, and it's hitting off with a great success. There's been great communication between EA and the MUT community, especially on Guru's side and also all the other guys in the EA studios. A bunch of checklists that we've been getting through, And he definitely does not love some of the sets or the programs as last year, but he definitely thinks that they can be improved in the future. So, from Prime, I think that's a really good summary, just in general.
I really love it because it's like constructive. Like that's something like when you get feedback, so much feedback's just white noise. But like I like it. I love Prime's feedback, man. If you guys, when we do these Google forms and you can do stuff like that, what Prime just did, awesome. And we're more likely to like bring you on if we're not entirely sure who you are, never talked to you before.
And we're not looking just for like super lengthy things. We're looking for quality in them. And some of you guys did give some short answers. Not what we're looking for, but in the future, it's a learning experience. This is our first show. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it, and hopefully, you guys are learning from it. Again, we will, as Hope said, try to bring some of you guys on here to do some talking as well if we get it a little bit more controlled. Coming in from MUT JayOh, though, he said huge upgrade in the card art. Let me throw this thing actually on the stream for you guys. MUT JayOh guy who's a foreigner, so it's nice to hear from people outside of the United States on the game. He loves the card art. He loves the programs. Miss Campus Heroes, happy that they're back. He's glad the game isn't filled with 99s. He loves the way that they're progressing it into it. Last year, MUT Rewards wasn't available for non-US guys. I'm really happy that they changed that, being European. MUT JayOh, MUT always looking out for you guys. So that's, again, another perspective. He likes the card art, and he likes the way that they're kind of easing in 99s into the game. I like that. I actually really do. What are your thoughts, Hope?
Oh, I like it.
I mean, the card art's huge for me. I'm just saying.
Honestly, it's my favorite part of MUT. It's my favorite part of MUT is the card art. Pixel Pusher just kills it. It's awesome.
He does. Dude's amazing.
Favorite card art? Mine's always, like, last year, it was like the 6 series. I was like, those are cool. Those look like the cards that you would, like, pull in, like, real packs. But, like, when the Super Bowl Legends came out, I'm like, dude, that's next level. That stuff's...
I think my favorite was last year's Sparkle Positional Heroes.
Those are cool too.
I was just a sucker for those. So, again, we did hear some of you guys' thoughts on like some of the promos. Personally, I do agree with some of you guys with the promos that the promos weren't as great as last year. But again, when you're thinking of a promo and that how great it was one year and living up to the expectations, it is tough. And it is tough to really improve on like a same idea, like, Christmas. There's gifts. It's very difficult. Thanksgiving. So, I mean, there is room for creativity. So I think we need to just like ease up on some of the criticism. But criticism is due for certain things that we don't like, and we just got to do it in a better manner, I think.
Yeah, like the Thanksgiving. I love the criticism there is like it was too short. It was too short to get Barry, which might be intentional. I don't know. Maybe they don't want a bunch of berries out there. And I love like the idea of like if they hit these stats, these cards go up. But I think it was too like none of the cards hit. And I think that was just too hard,
too aggressive.
Too aggressive.
I totally agree. And also, guys in the chat, this is obviously time for you guys to post some questions. We'll answer them. Again, keep it MUT 16 to MUT 15 related, or just MUT 16 in general. We're happy to talk. We're looking just to talk. There's no set time on the show, so we'll go. Obviously, we would cap it at 12, but if we run out of content, we run out of content. The whole pattern of adding every single card into the master set is way too much. 2-week-long promo. Okay. I do agree that like for a 3,300 card set, it is kind of crazy. I do agree with that. And again, in the future, maybe we could learn from this. I think the quick add would be great. Like, with the quick sell, you tap the button on them, and you can add them all into one set.
That'd be awesome.
So, Dimitri, what do you, for Antonio Gates' price, do you think he has to be an upgrade from the Walker to be worth it?
That's tough, man. It depends. I mean, like how often do you use your tight ends? Delaney Walker's a little bit different of a tight end too. He's more of a blocker, whereas Antonio Gates is still more of a receiving guy.
Yeah, I agree. Receiving, but then he still gives you some blocking, which is nice. The spec catches through the roof. A stat we can't overlook. He's got great speed, and like you said, rack's the thing where it is with me. The perfect tight end. Binder space. I like the idea with Code said about binder space. So with the MUT rewards, I thought that was actually really cool.
Yeah, that was a good idea. But to answer Dimitri's question, I would say, I don't know. I can't say how much it was worth it. Like if I could afford it, I would feel comfortable paying like 600K. But I think it's a 99 item. But it's not going to be 600K for a while. Like Gates.
Yeah, it'll eventually really drop.
Really trying to think about it.
All right. Guys, if you have more questions, can you ask about these 74 overalls? I think the 74 overalls were kind of similar to like the Larry Foots of last year, and like other cards that were a pain for the sets. They're just there to be there. I think they're there to make the sets a little bit more difficult. Honestly, what else do you think there is to it? Hope, do you think there is anything else to it?
Nah, not really.
Just to make the sets difficult, honestly? Make it be that one card? I mean, like, what else does a 74 overall do or something like that? I think it just...
It's kind of nice that they get... Like, every card has a value. Every card can go to a set.
Yeah. Something that's overlooked.
Somebody asked, can I ask for tips? Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not a big, like, gameplay dude. Like, but it depends. Depends on game tips.
Yeah. Would you love to see EA getting more rights to players? Yes. But I think if there's eventually like too many legends, it could be tough. I think this year the way that they're doing the legends is great. 2 per weekend. They're not oversaturating like one position. Legends I'd like to see, obviously, like Randy Moss would be one I would hope. Do you have a legend in mind that's not in the game that you'd like to see? Like
Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams.
Ricky
Williams.
There you go.
Ricky Williams. He's my favorite Dolphin of all time.
Yeah. So I totally agree. And like the additions this year, like what do we have? We had Dawkins, Strahan. It's like bros, like just alone, and like they announced this at the same time. Like they're ridiculous.
Dawkins is huge. I think he's definitely like a Madden legend, right? It's gotta be
Urlacher, Jim Brown. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, and Dawkins is a Madden legend. There's guys that live in Madden, and then that's kind of it. That's kind of like their peak. Like Finneran, perfect example. Too. I mean, like Vic, boom. So yeah, Ricky Williams is a little tough, but I would love to see him. Ricky Williams is a legend to you. I totally feel you. I'd like to see like an Amani Toomer, Giants fan. Toomer or maybe a Shockey. I know he's not a legend.
I say Ricky Williams bring Jeremy Shockey.
Shockey's a legend.
He was kind of like the first. Well, I wouldn't say the first, but he was like in Madden. He was like the tight end that you're like, I need to get Shockey because he's sick and he's athletic. He catches the ball.
I agree. And like Jim Brown, a legend. I think that they want to getting Guru being a huge Browns fan. I think he would love to have him more than anyone. So yeah, Ocho Cinco and Sean Alexander, definitely. I love me some Ocho Cinco in my life. So
it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Troy Polamalu. We definitely need a Troy Polamalu. We definitely need better strong safeties. The strong safeties are kind of lacking. They're lacking.
Troy held it up too. He did. Brandon Jacobs, yeah. Ryan Leaf, oh yeah. So yes, there are going to be more coin-up challenges in the future. Don't you guys worry about that. Hope, are we good? Safe to say that we can conclude this? Conclude the first.
Oh yeah, I think we're near the end of the first modcast. I just want you guys to think like if you're like this wasn't very good or. Like it's literally no different than if you and your friend decided to do a show about MUT. Like, if you guys want to give us feedback about the show, definitely willing to listen because we're gonna learn as we go. We might change things up. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. But I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out.
Yeah,
gonna try to do this every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/EA Sports.
Yep, both our links are in the chat, guys, in the podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully if you guys didn't make it out to the stream. Good chance for you guys to get involved. Again, chat, we love you. This is why we do this. Try to bring you content. And again, stepping stone. More stuff in the future. Better graphics, better gameplay. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.